Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Bee and I'm so happy you guys decided to join because this is my favorite holiday launch so far. And the reason I say this is because it was one of my favorites a couple of years ago. I can't remember how many years ago now. I think maybe 2. This was my favorite launch and it has always been one of the best face products for me personally. So if you guys want to know what I think about the Hourglass Sculpture palette, then please keep on watching. The Hourglass Ambient Unlocked palette is my absolute favorite face palette. Like this is my favorite face palette ever, and I'm not a huge face palette person because I would much rather pick out my own blushes, my own highlight, my own setting powders for my face, but this literally has everything that I need, and I'm so excited that they're actually launching a mini of this. I think it's actually going to be these 4 shades right here. So this is my absolute favorite. It is limited edition. I don't believe it's back in stock. They did one last restock of this last year when they released the Ghost palette, which the Ghost palette was not a palette I wanted to get because that wasn't it for me. It was too light, I felt, but this one is perfect for me. If you're around my skin tone, maybe a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit darker, this is actually really good. But what I'm rambling on about is they decided to make a small quad this year, and I'm pretty sure it's these 4 shades, or maybe it's this shade and then these 2. Regardless, if you wanted this and you weren't able to pick it up 2 years ago, I would pick up the quad, run to your computer, select it, and buy it because this was so good. And I love Hourglass face products. So they always do this type of release for the holiday, and so for this year, this holiday palette, they released the Ambient Sculpture face palette. It's still the same, very mirrored, very reflective gold packaging. It's got these asymmetric lines to make it, you know, like a sculpture, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It's so pretty. I love this. So I think there's 3 existing shades in here and then 3 new shades, and I'm happy to report, because nothing bothers me more than this, but I am so happy to report there are no duplicates. So nothing bothers me more than buying 2 palettes and having duplicates. We have no duplicates in here. So I'm very, very, very excited. As you guys know, this is my absolute all-time favorite. If I'm traveling, this is what I take because I love it. I might add a different highlighter in there and maybe a different blush, but overall, this is what I bring. So this is the new beauty, and I'm very excited because I do use all of the shade Mood Exposure. I was actually eyeballing this one for such a long time. I ended up buying the mini not that long ago, maybe like 2 months ago. I bought the mini, which the mini is this size. So I'm excited that I have it in here, so now I don't have to carry it with me. I don't know what to do. I think we're gonna just kind of go through the motions here, but I want to go ahead and put this on my face. So I'm actually going to start with this bronzer right here, and the bronzer is actually Natural Bronze Light. I'm going to use this brush. This is the Sonia G Soft Cheek Brush, and I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to pick it up and I'm just going to bronze up my skin. Oh my god, look at how pretty that is, and it looks so much heavier on camera, but I promise it's really not. I mean, look at that. Am I tripping? I mean, the camera is making it look like so harsh, but I really don't think it's that harsh. I don't think that's harsh in real life. It's just translating differently, I think. But wow, 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 wow. This brush really did pick it up, like way more intense than I was expecting it to do. Wow. Oh god. This is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring some up here. Bring some life back into my face. And my face is incomplete. I haven't finished my eyes yet, but if you want to see the full look, if you want to see the full video on what I did with my eyes and my base, I will link it in the cards. Hopefully I did the right side. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's this side, but I think it's this side. I think it's this side actually. I'll link it in the cards above if you're interested in this makeup look. So that really did just warm my skin up. Oh gosh, I'm already in love with it, and I've only been using it for like 2 minutes. Skin. Okay, so I did kind of get a little wild over here with my bronzer, so I'm gonna use a different brush. I'm gonna select this powder right here to just clean it all up. And to clean it all up, I'm gonna use the Sonia G Smooth Buffer. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and pick that up. Is that the one I wanna pick up? It's a finishing powder, yeah. So this is the finishing powder in dim light. So I'm just gonna add it down here to kind of cancel it out. To buff it out. Just to clean up this little line down here. So the next powder I want to use is actually the second one right here. This one is the Diffused Light, and I'm actually going to use this under my eyes. I'm going to just tap it in right under here, and it's going to give it a nice little luminosity, but not too terribly much. And I am actually going to use it right in here too. If I wasn't demoing this product, I'd probably grab my big brush and swirl it across the top and then just kind of go ham. Or if I wasn't, I'd probably use these three right here, just kind of get my brush and kind of go through all three of them and do that little number, because that's what I do when I'm using my unlocked palette. Okay, so I'm going to take this Luxie Beauty brush. This is the tapered highlighter brush. I'm not going to use it for highlight. I'm actually going to use it to pick up this middle shade right here. That middle shade is, I don't even know all the names. This is the Strobe Blush, and I'm going to focus it on this part of my face. That just really gave my cheeks like this nice overall sheen. It is very pretty. I'm adding it to my apples, and then I'm actually going to pull it back because it is a strobe blush. It's going to add a little bit of glow to the highlight. It's going to add a little bit of glow to the tops of my cheeks too. What are we thinking so far? What are we thinking? I'm going very glam, and I wasn't really expecting to. That always happens to me. And I am just gonna add just a kiss of Mood Exposure right at the apples. So just a kiss of Mood Exposure right in here. It definitely gives it like that rosy tone. So we've used everything. I think the last one is a highlighter. It is the strobe powder formula called Glistening Strobe Light. It's this one right here. I'm gonna grab it on, this is a Sonia Kashuk brush. I'm just gonna grab it, and I'm going to just add it right up here. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see it, but I'm going to add it right in here too. I'm loving this palette so much. I'm actually going to grab this Sonia G brush too. This one is the Master Face, and I'm going to very strategically just grab these two right here. I'm just gonna kind of swish around both of these I'm gonna try not to get the other shades, and I'm gonna actually buff my face with them. Just to kind of tone anything down. But yeah, I'm just going to do that again. Very, like I said, very carefully swirl that around and then buff my face with it. And there we have the demo of this palette. What are you guys thinking of it so far? I mean, I think it's super nice. Like, I'm having a very good skin day despite my chin issues that I'm having. But I think I look very luminous. I look very like glowy, but without being too dewy looking. And I like that. Like, I like to look glowy, but without looking wet or oily. So I think this palette really did that for me. I'm just really feeling like very dewy without the dew. All right, you guys, that is my quickie little video on the comparisons between the Hourglass Ambient Sculpture palette and the Hourglass Ambient Unlocked palette. 2020, 2018. I love these both. I'm so glad I have both of them. They don't have any repeat shades. This one works for me as well as this one. If you are, again, my skin tone, maybe a little bit lighter, just a shade or two darker, this palette, the sculpture palette, will work for you really well. This one is the Unlocked palette. It's limited edition. They no longer have it. However, they do have a quad out for the holidays. If you want the bronzer and the blush, so it's gonna be this blush and this bronzer, and I think it's these two, so I think it's these 4 shades from the Unlocked palette. I'm pretty sure that's what they have for holiday 2020 for the quad. So if you are looking at the Unlocked palette that I use all the time and I rave about it, and I'm gonna continue to rave about it, now's your chance to grab the quad. So this is my favorite, and now I'm gonna have a second favorite. I love these face palettes. Most face palettes don't work for me. There's always something in a face palette that I do not like. So I'm glad I was able to find 2 face palettes from Hourglass that has everything that I'm looking for. So I'm very excited to continue to use it. I will put it in my makeup bag, and this is what I'm gonna be using. I love these. So now I can travel with both the buddies. So again, if you guys want to see this makeup look, then I will link it in the cards, either here or here. I'm pretty sure it's here. And if you have anything specific you guys want me to review or want me to do, I'm running out of ideas. So just leave me some comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit the notification bell. That way you're notified every time I upload. It's normally on Saturdays, so if you had a notification, you would know that. I think that's it. I've been rambling forever, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.